From the president telling us that he's a very stubborn politician, to also the president endorsing Hamzat. But we've also seen Ambode, the former governor of Lagos State, purchase a form to contest under the APC. All this in the news. But the one that is very germane, like my friend will always say, is that Bashir El-Rufai, one of the sons of the El-Rufai, said no matter how you hate him on the streets of Nigeria, Obi is very, very, very loved. Philip, let me hear you on this. Bashir El-Rufai said no matter how you talk about it, no matter how you, whatever you say about him, if they just pass the streets of Nigeria, Obi is Obi.
You know, this is the second time Bashir El-Rufai is speaking highly of Peter Obi after the 2023 general election. The first time was last year when he came out to say that yes, what we used to know about Obi, or what they made us to believe that Obi wasn't true.
No, I think that was Bello. Bello that said that.
No, it was Bashir.
Okay.
And that this is not the truth of Peter Obi, that we know Obi better. The same Bashir said that come 2027,
yes,
Peter Obi,
yes,
before 12 noon,
exactly,
the election will be over.
Exactly.
And Baba will be on his way back to Lagos.
Exactly.
And this is the window to 2027. Bashir again saying that, look, do all manners of things, do everything to ensure that it's not on the ballot, scatter every political party its name is mentioned, whatever to try to ridicule him, say that he does not have local government chairman while he was a governor of Anambra State, and all what have you. But when you go to the street of Nigerians, Nigeria will tell you that we have a president in waiting, and that is the person of Peter Obi. We don't know. What makes it interesting is that it's coming from the core north, people who work vehemently to ensure that you do not see the Aso Rock in 2027. They are the ones turning back to ensure, and they are the ones speaking grammar of it, say that the man is so loved by Nigeria, and that Nigerians are hungry to have him as their president. When it comes from person like when it's coming from the El-Rufai family, you can see that the North is making one statement,
and
that statement is very clear that they've seen the Messiah in quote.
Now, there are a lot of things to talk about. First of all, let's talk about. Let me put this on forward. The father said, that's the El-Rufai. He said that the presidency should go to a Christian from the south. That's very, very direct. That's number one. We also have seen PRP lining up with Dati saying that the presidency should go to a Christian from the south. You know, he has now decamped to PRP, and the elder brother is the chairman of PRP. Now Bashir is coming out and saying that whatever you talk about Obi, ridicule him, say anything on the street, Obi is Obi.
Bashir just spoke the obvious facts, and you talk about ridicule. Look at the southern eastern statesmen, so-called statesmen, they're the forefront of ridiculing him. But go to the street of the southeast. This is a man that is loved across the board. See, he is not a regular politician that we know. This is a one man that this federal government, present government, have done everything they could to make sure that it's not in ballot, and to show how clean his records are. Neither EFCC, ICPC, or whatever has been able to pin him down. If they could, they would have. They torchlight this man from head to toe. And he said something. He said most people don't know what he's going through, but most people don't know that his personal businesses are suffering, that they've gone after his personal businesses. This is a man that a lot has been said about it, and one funny thing, the more they try to ridicule him, the more they're making the public to love him the more. The more they push to paint him black, the more he shines brighter with people on the streets, because he's not the usual politician. And again, there's something we call grace. Grace is something you might not be able to explain. That's every that thrown at you, yet people see come out smiling better. Everything that's been done to bring you down has made you stronger. And this government has made him be more popular by constantly attacking him. Because if he's not viable, if he's not useful, if he's not useful, is not actually what. If he's not a problem to them, they will have the time. Yeah. To see how to blackmail him or talk him down. Okay, there's no what.
Okay, all right. Now it almost seems as if the ADC is gone. Almost look as if the ADC is gone. Now we are zeroing now on some form of coalition. First of all, the satellite is on Obi. The satellite is really on Obi. Now we have the NDC. Now we have the PRP. Now, even uncommon enemy or people that are enemies are kind of coming together. Of course, we know that the Datis and the brother, they don't really align well with Erufai. But this Bashir now coming and speaking about Obi. Now, the NDC and the PRP, in line of what is going on right now, could you see that there could be a coalition coming between them?
Yes, you see, that's why I said the other time that the Ibadan meeting or Ibadan summit, for the first time, we have a resemblance of coalition where everybody maintain their identity, but they are going for one purpose, and that purpose is to ensure Nigeria have free, fair, and credible election, that we enthrone a credible government that will give Nigerians good governance. And by that, they have agreed that the opposition will feed a single candidate, even though Baba Ahmed Dati has said that the Ibadan summit does not represent the interest of the entire opposition.
But it looked as if they were coming out together.
Exactly, that's where I was going.
Yes.
So you see, yesterday to Bashir also spoke in the same line that the SAP should be allowed to complete their second tenure in office, to complete it 8 years, that the political element in the north should consider stepping down and supporting a Southern to emerge as the president of this country from the 2027 election, which shows that everybody in the opposition, everywhere, meaning Nigeria, who felt that this government had not done well, we are now coming to terms with reality, and we are now speaking with one voice in one direction, and how we can get rid of this government. That is why your president is saying that I am a stubborn politician. They try to get rid of me through insecurity and all of that. And he made bold to say that insecurity will not end in his own tenure. It will continue. That this same man forget yesterday when he said Jonathan was clueless, that what is insecurity that he cannot control. The same person is admitting that insecurity will live beyond his tenure in office. So you see that everybody is agreeing. Even those in power knew that yes, people are working tirelessly to ensure that they get rid of the bad governance, and those who are in the opposition are also seeing that the only way to get rid of the bad government is to speak with one voice and go in same direction with same plan, not losing our identity, and with one person who we think he had organic support like Peter Obi, that this person, because you look at the SAT, who are the people who show interest for the presidency and that have this kind of organic movement across Nigeria, especially as it has to do with the youth of this country. It's not that person that Peter Obi. That is why the Bashir Erufai is also a youth. He fall within the youth age. So you see, he's speaking the language of the youth of Nigeria. So it shows that the Nigerian people are coming to reality that Obi should be given a try.
I think Bashir, what he's trying to do, and that is they're being smart. If I've listened to Atiku very well, I think this is my last time. This is my last shot at presidency. So what they're trying to do, they try to let Atiku know that yes, you want to be this being your last time. Okay, but we want Southern Kingdom making the time that to shoot his ambition.
Okay, let me talk in that respect. First of all, there's an Igbo elder statesman that said that Obi has even gained more popularity than Azikiwe, and that he's calling on Atiku Abubakar to step down and let Obi contest. Now, in the light of that statement, and in the light of what Bashir is saying, now two political parties I asked Philip that we've been zeroing down on, the PRP and the NDC. The cleanest of them all at this moment is NDC. Could we see a coalition between these two parties to make sure they bring Obi?
I don't think just the two parties. I think even the NDC that is drowning should join. Every other political party that is interested in moving Nigeria forward should join the coalition. And the only way it will make Atiku understand that this game has gone beyond him is what Bashir are doing and others are doing. Without actually calling his name. Since the leads from the north are saying that let's start complete their tenure, then in the Atiku, your ambition should be now for now put in the cooler, because you are not the best candidate to take us to our promised land. And again, for an election, you do a political calculation. Maybe most of them are doing a political calculation. Who could deliver what they dream for? They want a change of governance. They want a new state to come in. Can Atiku on the ballot deliver that? So they look at it very well, and not to offend him, they're using that slogan, let the South complete their tenure. Not to offend him, but they're talking to him. So everybody should come around. NDC, PRP, ADC, all of them should come along. Half the PDP, they all should come along, because in politics, you do more with people. It's a game of number. So shouldn't be exclusive, policy of exclusion.
Okay, if we want to dwell a little bit, Philip, on the statement of Mr. President that I'm a stubborn politician, do Nigerians need a stubborn politician or a president that listens to the voice of the people? For example, you told us that there's a lot of corruption in the oil sector, and as per subsidy, that when we remove the subsidy, we will channel the money into development. Now, that subsidy has long been removed, but that money, we don't see where it's landing. The roads are worse than we have seen it. Is there anything about that being a stubborn politician? Is that being stubborn? Does it pay?
Now, I will ask you again, have you ever heard of the word power drug?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of the word a conquered territory?
Yes.
So if I feel that I've conquered the territory I'm occupying, and I feel nothing can challenge me, what do you think I will say to the people?
But Nigerians are the voters.
Yes, so does Nigerian vote count in the first place? Does Nigerian people vote brought him to power? He said, you do not want me here, but I'm here now. What does that tell you?
Peter, let me talk to Peter for a while. Now, being a stubborn politician, does he have to answer? Does it mean that the will of the people is being done? Because it's about the will of the people. It's not about your personal things. Do you understand?
My interpretation of being stubborn, what you're trying to say is that whether you like it or not, I'm here and I will still be here. Whether you feel okay with it, I don't care. It doesn't mean that it don't matter. Because if we do matter, after removing subsidy, we still borrowing. Our debt profile has tripled. So
you can't say any evidence in
that we removed this. Cost of transportation has gone above the roof. And nothing has been done to caution it. So every indices has shown that he has not done well. I remember what Erufai said, and it makes sense. He said if we are talking based on performance, Trumbo does not have pathway to victory. He said mention one sector. Let's talk about it. No, he was clear that he said let's talk on sectors. Let's talk on performance. Show me his pathway to victory. And that's why they are scared. That's why they are so scared. Their scorecard cannot guarantee them re-election. That's why they do everything they do to make sure there is no viable opposition. Make sure that all property is dead.
Okay, all right. But you talk about the street. Just a random. He talked about the street. Do you think the street will come out to vote?
You see, the street will everly come out to vote, but the ruling party is ensuring that the street do not come out to vote.
But the last election,
you saw it in the Abuja area council election. How people were being disenfranchised, how people were made to not to come out to vote. Where people even come out to vote, they cannot find their voting point. Where they voted in 2023, they are no more there. But the people are ever willing to come out to vote. The more they try to make the people not to come out to vote, what they fail to realize that thing they test wrong with the area council election in Abuja, it has also opened the eyes of the people and the opposition that this is a plan of the ruling party.
But Philip, the people and the opposition has not done anything about it.
Yeah, I've always said that they have not done well. Just yesterday here, yesterday the House of Rep has amended a clause in the 2026 Electoral Act to say that every pre-election matter and governorship ends at the Court of Appeal. What stopped the same House of Rep from amending that section 63 of the act that people are complaining about and other sections of the electoral act? That's why I said the opposition, they have left the written and chasing shadow. They should go for the foundation, the root cause, the electoral act. They should protest that those sections that are obnoxious, that are anti-people, should be fight against. Well, if the House of Rep can use within us to amend a section that they think will favor them, why don't they amend the other section that people are complaining about? The opposition still need to do more, especially that section that you must register as a member of political party digitally, and that name must be submitted to INEC. And once that is done, if you are no longer interested in that political party, you can't move to another party. Those things should be challenged, both in court and in protest.
Do you think it's only the opposition that should challenge it or the populists?
The question you asked me was the people of Nigeria and the opposition, and I said both of them should act in that direction.
But more, the people.
The people need to be led.
Okay, all right. This is where the work of the CSOs and every other opposition and even the common man on the street should come, and especially the House of Assembly, the National House of Assembly should champion this cause. But most of the time, we don't do that.